Today we're going to be talking about John chapter 20. In this chapter, it talks about how after Jesus was crucified, the disciples were talking about how they saw him. But Thomas, one of the disciples, said he wouldn't believe unless he saw him and felt the holes in his hands or the marks in his hands. From this, eventually Jesus presents himself to him and he feels the marks on his hands and he believes in him. But then Jesus says, have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe. A lot of people are like Thomas. They'll say, why doesn't God just come down and reveal himself to us? And I think that for the reason that he doesn't do that is because that defeats the whole purpose of having faith. Faith is having trust in the things that are not seen. If he came down to us, there would be no faith. There would be no trust in him. There would be no choice. Because if he came down to earth, you would be forced to believe because there would be no choice, there would be no trust in him, there'd be no belief. And belief strengthens a relationship with God. And if he came down here, there would be no relationship with him. You would just know that he is God, and you wouldn't really desire a relationship to be with him because you wouldn't believe, you would know. You wouldn't want to put your trust in him really because you would already know that he exists and instead of believing that he exists and wanting and desiring a relationship with him. That is day 22, my friends.